Clark Kent. Hey guys, and this is just the eternal question: is who does Dutch pick in a fight between Brock and Meng Haku? Who in the more modern era are legit tough guys, and who does Dutch consider this? In fact, actually, okay, he's actually asked quite a few questions there, so some interesting ones. But the first one: Brock Lesnar versus Meng or Haku.
Well, that would be a tough one. But Ming, I've never heard of him losing a fight. They still talk about him. He cleaned the bar out at Nashville one time. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he had started drinking, and he got into this fight with this guy, and the bars stay open all night in Nashville anyway. And there was probably, I guess, 20 people in there. He ended up knocking half of them out.
Damn.
Then the police came, and it was a while before they got him down. And it probably took the cops at least 20 minutes to get him. Because he just went insane. He just went nuts. So if he fought, you say Brock Lesnar? Well, that would be a tough one.
I don't know if it's that tough. I like Lesnar's one of my favorites from the early 2000s, Luther Jageshin era. Even when he came back, but I don't know. Lesnar can shoot on him, diving the legs, but keeping him on the floor, that's gonna be the hard part. He said that man was something. And then somebody was talking about they try, and this sounds something like something out of a damn movie. They tried to mace the eyes. They said Meng tried to say this is the mace. He took back the mace and sprayed it himself. And said, "What's that shit gonna do?" Oh, that's a nasty person. Oh, he took the damn mace. How about that? Okay, I'm jumping out the damn. If the man takes the mace, the pepper spray, and sprays himself, now I don't know what to tell you. And then somebody was talking about he got busted in the head with the club, and the club didn't do nothing. I just pissed him off more. It's like I don't know, like Lesnar and Meng. That's like okay, gorilla and a grizzly bear. A grizzly bear is real nasty, but a gorilla's got them human hands. If he gets a hold of you, boy, that'll be something.
Amateur wrestling is a lot different than, fighting. And it's whoever got the first good shot in, and I don't know what kind of jaw Mr. Brock would have, or if Brock could get a shot in, but that to me would be a toss-up. Now somebody else asked a
That's
question,
hell right
what
there.
about Ming, Haku, and Andre? This is what I would say. If it didn't go more than 2 minutes, I'd say Andre. But if it went more than 2 minutes, I think Ming would maybe stomp a hole in him because he would blow up. You know, probably Andre wasn't in that great of shape, and when he got to sucking wind, then Ming would have him. But I don't think it would come to that.
No, Andre's had a fight or two, and that's probably going to happen. We can even
Andre and Haku was cool.
I want to throw my 2 cents. You tell me what you think about it. With Brock versus Haku, the fact is that there's one thing being a tough guy in the streets, but there's another thing being elite level sportsman, and specifically training for fighting for years. Or in Brock Lesnar's case, fighting and amateur wrestling at an elite level. I know he's like NCAA champion. He was never Olympic level, or he could have gone to the Olympics. I suspect. I don't know, but there's a difference between being like street tough and being sort of specifically trained to fight.
Well, wait a minute, James, because it said Meng or Haku, whatever you call him, Meng, Haku, King Tonga. he knows martial arts, and he's a sumo wrestler. So you got to be taught martial arts for a long time. And then they said the training. They said some of the training is like torture. Your teacher be kicking your ass. So if you know some a bunch of different martial arts, I know, like I said, or if he gets a hold of something, no, because like you said, I know, and Brock it's no slouch. That man's hands are like center blocks. He said his fist was so huge he had to get special gloves and everything. So yeah, that would be something.
I agree with that. I mean, if you're in a structured environment, which is MMA, and that's one thing. When you get on the streets, that's different. So a lot of guys, you can pick up something.
Mm.
I don't know.
They don't need weapons.
There's a big difference. So, but I don't think we would ever hear or ever have heard of a one-on-one matchup like that.
Clark Kent also asks the following, which I'd not noticed, and it's a good question in its own right, is who does Dutch consider the smallest tough guy who nobody would mess with?
That's interesting.
I've got a name for you, if you're struggling.
Okay, give it to me.
Adrian Street.
Yeah, he's one. A lot of the British guys were like that. They were tough. Tony Charles, John Foley. I mean, they were tough.
Okay, I never heard of them, no.
Now, I don't know if they could take a punch, but who was the guy in Dallas who used to, he was the baby face there. What was his name? He was from England, too.
Chris Adams. He wasn't that small, though.
He's about 220, maybe. But the thing about Chris Adams, he had a temper. When he got to drinking, he had a temper, and little things suddenly could become big things. So
I've seen Chris Adams a few times.
He was pretty raunchy. If I really thought about that, I could go back in the past and tell you these guys that weren't that big, but could really stomp a hole in somebody's butt. Not mine, of course, because I was always the de-escalation guy.
Yeah, and plus you had half a mop in your hand.
Well, if I hadn't had half a mop in my hand, I'd have gone with.
Oh, you're talking about smaller guys. That story that who was that? Oh, Ricky Morton told about Ricky Morton and Coco Beware and some dude, what was his name? This man was getting showered up and jumped the man in the shower, and he said the dude jumped out the shower and beat the dude's ass naked out the shower, jumping the man while he's getting cleaned up, and he said he beat him good. He said he saw the whole thing. He said he jumped out that shower. He said he whooped his ass real good and talked shit to him. I said, I don't know about that. That is fucked up. Jumping the man in the shower. I did a reaction that years ago, but that was something. Man, trying to get together and go.
There's one thing of fighting, and then there's fighting to win. So, if you're going to fight to win, who cares about the rules?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, if it was, Mang's older than Mang. I mean, older than Lesnar. But if this was Mang from so I don't know. Even Mang now is rough, but it would be worse if it was Mang from, what was it, WCW days. Because I think that's what we were talking about when he was trying to get a drink and somebody would go to starting. Yeah, if this was Mang from 94, 95, oh no. They said this man, was it, he threw 7 people put 7 people on the floor by himself. And then Stevie Ray told me he had to literally bear hug him and to get him out of there and cool off, so he wouldn't get in no more trouble. Like, hold on, brother, take it easy. Said put 7 men on the floor, and then on the Rick Steiner clip that time, the guy went trying to pick to my we in the Navy and we don't give a damn, and man Rick Steiner said, I wouldn't do that if I was you. And man, Rick Steiner told him to leave it alone. It's like, all right, it's gonna be a bad night in here. You keep messing with him. I'm gonna have to imagine putting a bet on that. I have to oh boy. I don't know, man. In the street fight, I say Meng Haku. Now, if y'all get in the UFC and put the gloves on, Lesnar may have the advantage, you know. Because I think Lesnar is he lost a couple now, but he's like 5-3 or something like that. But yeah, he'd have the advantage. He'd have the advantage in the cage.